Hey there, gang. Thanks for tuning in. Patrick King here, coming to you live from Cazenovia, New York, once again. Today's question, the question for today, is coming from Lauren. Lauren wants to know, why do you try to avoid disengaging the horse's hindquarters or using the one-rein stop? Is it because you feel that you're teaching them that they get to stop and stand still if they act up and misbehave? Or is it because you'd rather use that opportunity to redirect their energy? Or do you have some other reason? This is a fantastic question, and it's one that we need to really put some thought into. We see the disengaging of the horse's hindquarters as being something very common taught these days in our horsemanship clinics, it's something that's promoted quite a bit, and it is something that I feel is an important safety feature of our horsemanship, but I feel like it's something that we need to also avoid as much as possible. Here's the reasons for that. Let's think about what happens when we disengage the horse's hindquarters, and think about this one-rein stop idea. When we're disengaging the horse's hindquarters, we're taking their hind leg well beyond their center of balance. It's one thing to step a horse's hind leg underneath their belly toward their center of balance, but in the disengaging piece that we see and hear talked about all so often, this takes the horse's hind leg beyond their center of balance. Now, you might say, so what? What happens when we take that hind leg, when we disengage the horse's hindquarters and take him beyond that center of balance? What you're going to see happening is you're hyperflexing the joints in the horse's legs. You're also going to be overstretching the muscles in the hindquarters. Now, we've spoken in some of our videos in the past. I talk quite a bit about the horse's balance when we're working him. The inside hind leg is the horse's primary balancer, the inside hind and the outside shoulder. When you take that inside hind leg beyond the center of balance, the horse can no longer balance with that inside hind leg. We've taken the balance away from him. What's going to happen at that point is he's going to be basically shoved onto his forehand. All right? This is going to eventually down the line cause problems with lamenesses, with soundnesses in the front end of our horse. All right? So we want to try to avoid doing that as much as we possibly can. Horses, of course, are creatures of habituation. If we disengage them frequently, then we're going to end up causing the horse, by default, to be bearing too much weight on the forehand. So we're going to, again, see lameness issues come up. We're going to see issues come up with our horse's transitions because they're going to be so heavy on the forehand. We're going to see back tension, hindquarter muscular tension and distress caused by the hyperflexion, hyperstretching of the hind leg muscles and joints. So you're going to see those transition issues come up. You're going to see the back tension come up. You're going to see an inability or inefficiency in these horses to collect, understanding the real idea of collection being that the horse's hindquarters carries more weight, allowing the front end to elevate. Don't get tricked, don't get fooled by this false idea that collection is just a face, a head and neck that's bent and soft and rounded in the front. That's the last piece of collection, and that happens as a result. The soft face, the roundness in the neck, happens as a result of the engagement of the hindquarters. Guaranteed, it will not happen as a disengagement of the hindquarters. Disengaging the hindquarters is the exact opposite of collection. So, Lauren, I hope that gives you some things to think about. Kind of recapping, to give the horse or to put the horse into a one-rein stop or to disengage the hindquarters, will I do that? Yes, I'll do that. When my life depends on it. I'll do that when it's a very serious situation that we need to get under control. Basically, when we're first starting a horse under saddle, we'll teach him how to unlock his hind legs, how to disengage his hindquarters, almost like installing the emergency brake in your car. But once the horse understands that, it's a very rare thing to need to use it, and we're going to avoid it as much as possible because it's going to cause, again, the hyperflexion of the hind leg joints, the overstretching of the muscles in the hindquarters, the pushing onto the forehand of the horse's weight, so it's going to cause a lot of issues with our collection, our transitions, our engagement, those sorts of things. So will we teach one that? Yes, absolutely. If we do it too much, whether we're on the ground or under saddle, if we do that too much, we're going to end up causing problems with our horse. Not to mention the confidence issues that are going to come with him from that. So we're going to be looking at emotional as well as physical challenges for our horse by doing that too much. So should you know it? Yes. Should your horse understand it? Yes. Should you use it all the time? Absolutely not. I don't care what anybody says on RFD TV. I don't care what anybody says at any clinics or expos around the country. You've got to think about what your horse's body actually, how the horse's body actually functions and what kind of damage can be caused by just doing something that everyone else does because everyone else is doing that. So I hope that gives you guys something to think about. If you found this video insightful or helpful, please share it with your friends. Question for you guys for the day. What's your chosen discipline and why? Easy question of the day. Post your comments post your answers in the comments below. I look forward to reading about them. Don't forget, please subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you can take a look at these videos as often as you like. Send me your questions. You guys keep sending questions. I'll keep giving you answers. Thanks so much, guys.